This is the final video before Manchester Marathon 2025. 4 days to go. The next time you see my face, it'll be on the start line for the race. Let's have a relaxing one today. Let's talk about my race kit. Whenever I see these videos, I'm always interested because there's always a piece of kit that I've never heard of that I'm curious about. And this is the stuff that people are putting their faith in to get them through an extremely hard event. So what we'll do is we'll start from the head all the way down, ending with the shoes. Yeah, I'm leaving the best till last. Typical YouTuber stuff. Let's start with the hat. So we have VAGA's Featherlight hat. If you see me running around, I'm likely wearing a VAGA model, and this is their race-specific Featherlight. I do have the Insta360 Go 3 in the hat clip there. This time around, I'll be recording the bulk of it from my hat, I think. Last year, I did a bunch of it from the hand here, but when it was the last 10K, I just couldn't find the energy or focus to bring it out and record. So yeah, we kind of missed the best bit. I recorded the finish line, but I want to capture more, so we're going with the hat cam. Then we have the glasses of choice. Again, if you see me running, I'm likely wearing Goodr. These, I believe, are the VRG model, so they're a little out there, aren't they? You've got to dress fast to race fast, you know? So we're going with the VRGs. And then we'll have the Shokz. So these are the OpenRun Mini. Despite having a big head, I do like the mini variety. It's just a nicer fit in my experience. I have tried both. And side note, if you are thinking about picking up some OpenRuns, the standard has better waterproofing than the Pro. So if you're in a rainy environment a lot of the year, like I am, maybe don't go Pro. Then we move down and we have, let's just spend a moment on this because it needs to be said. We have some tape for two specific parts of the body. Men, get taped up. If it rains, if you get sweaty, things can happen. If you're wearing a white shirt, singlet, oh, for the love of God, wear some tape. Get those nipples covered. This is the Polar H10. If you ever see heart rate data on my channel on the side, it's from this. I always use this for accurate heart rate monitoring. The wrist-based one for the Garmin 955 is okay, but for true data that you can trust, I go with this. So I'll be wearing that, and we can monitor if I'm really trying my hardest out there, or indeed if I've gone off too fast. Let's cover that heart rate strap and nipple tape up with a singlet. We have the Twisted Running Manchester singlet. Look at that. Now, I think this is pretty damn incredible for £28. And the medium is 52 grams. I've weighed it. So I'm really happy with that for the money. And I think it looks great. It's got the map of the Manchester area on it. So if I get lost, I've got a map on me. Attached to the singlet, of course, we will have our number. So 3184, if you're looking to track me, that is the number. And I'll be in the blue wave, so that's a 9:20 start. If you're there, say hello. I'll say hello back, and then we can, wallow in nerves together. But there it is. That's the important bit. I will be covering myself at the backdrop and whatnot initially with the OB1 Run Club T-Shirt in purple. I've obviously got white on here. Brett, OB1 brand, great T-shirts, wear these all the time. This is my go-to, really. Moving further down, we have, we won't spend too long on these, and I will not be unfolding them, Bridget Jones's knickers style. HigherState Briefs, that's what I use. If you're wearing cotton boxes still, please have an upgrade. These are made using polyamide, polyester, and elastane, so those are the materials in these. I have no issues. They're my go-to. Covering those pants, thank God, are some Ron Hill shorts. Now, the important part, my basketball's fallen over. The important part of these shorts is obviously the colour. purple. The day, it's all about purple. So these are, I got them cheap off M&M Direct. Just randomly spotted them. I think they were cheap because of the color. But hey, I want purple. I got purple. There's no pockets really. I think there's one for your keys. Maybe key singular because it is very small. Yeah, there's nothing else going on really. They're purple. They're ready to go. And they're a little short as well actually. So we'll have some of that upper thigh peeking through. Next, we have the Salomon High Pulse Belt. This is what I'm using for storage. There's no pockets on the shorts, so we're going for a dedicated belt. And this has 2 points of access. It's a 360-degree belt. There's a lot of storage in this, and I need a lot of storage because we have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. We have 10 gels on the day. I'm still going. They're everywhere. 10 gels on the day. They're going into those shorts. And they're Aqua gels as well, so they're enormous. I've trained with 8. I can fit all 10 in. Everything's cool. Now, the reason for 10 is because I plan to take, if I can find it, a non-caffeinated one on the line. And then every 20 minutes, we are going hard with some old caffeine Aqua gels. So, yes. A lot is going into the body. It is going to be a feast. That is chunky. And then also in the belt, precision hydration tabs. Now these little pills, in a previous video, I had them sellotape to each gel, but I found that my sweat caused them to dissolve a little bit. So I went to have one and it was incredibly salty in the mouth. So I'd recommend keeping them in the packet, trim it with scissors so you've got the exact amount you want. And also, if you notice any right angles, make sure you smooth them out with the scissors. You don't want a sharp right angle at your abdomen. It sounds like a small thing, but it can hurt a lot and can gradually cause you massive issues over the course of a long run. Trim your packets. Also in the Salomon High Pulse belt is my camera, so I'll have the housing in my pocket ready to recharge as needed. So this will be on the hat and this will be in the pocket. Plop it in there, starts to recharge. So I'll be doing that throughout the run. And then also we'll have my phone in the pocket as well. And also some tissues. Do you think I'm going to take 9 gels without having a personal set of tissues with me? So God forbid there's a Portaloo without any toilet roll. I'll have my own stash. That's a little tip there. A lot of Portaloos, but they might not have toilet rolls, so perhaps take your own. Moving down a little more, we have the CEP compression calf tights. These are my go-to for anything fast, anything long, just because my legs get ruined. My calves get ruined during this kind of event. So yeah, they've got pink on them, so they match a lot of my stuff here. And then we've got the socks of choice. Stance socks. If you see me running around, I'm likely in stance. These, I believe, are just their normal icon. They're red, though. They're what I've run in the most, I think, without obviously causing holes or anything like that. They're tried and tested over the long distance, so that's what I'll be going for. And if you're buying stance socks, I would say look out for Infiknit. So there's a certain category of them that you can buy, and they have a lifetime warranty. And I've actually bought them discounted, so off Sport Pursuit, which they are severely discounted. And then I've claimed on them to get a new pair. So it works. So I would look at Stance Infiknit. Last thing then, what shoes am I wearing on the day? If you've been watching my long run coverage, you know that I've been testing out a few shoes, considering them for the distance. So first we have the Asics Metaspeed Sky. No, Plus, not Paris, Plus. I wore these for 2024 Manchester Marathon. They served me well. They've got just over 200k in them. They've still got a lot, I think, to give. They performed well on the long run that I did in them. Well, we're not going with these. I don't think the upper is quite comfortable enough. They failed me a couple of times and required a relacing. It's these bloody razor wire laces. I don't know why brands are liking them so much, but yeah. Then there's the Vaporfly 2. This shoe owns my 5K, 10K, half marathon PBs. It is the shoe to conquer all distances for me, except the marathon. I was very close to choosing it. I think if I had no lacing issues during my half marathon with it, and also if I didn't attribute a niggle in my piriformis to using this shoe, I don't think it's related, but I haven't had enough time to grow comfortable with this shoe at those distances. I think it's a fantastic shoe. I think it's aggressive. At the end of a long run, it really wants to go when you don't. So I think people will be happy that get along with this shoe. They'll be so happy at the end of the marathon when this is just ticking over and pushing you forward. I think there's a lot here, but it is not my shoe of choice. Then we have my Manchester Marathon 2023 shoe, the Adios Pro 2. This has over 400 kilometers in it now, and I think it's just gotten better and better. I think over 300k, it just started to become a whole different shoe, a whole different feel, and I love this thing. I have my mile PB in this. It was raining. I thought, hey, this has Continental rubber on the bottom. Let's go for it. Add a mile PB in that. I did my 36k long run with 24k marathon pace at the end in this shoe. I don't know what it is, but it is magical. And yeah, I'd love to take it back to Manchester after having an absolute nightmare in 2023. I feel like I never did it justice, so it'd be nice to take it back. But we're going with the Adios Pro 3s. So these have 76k in them, and I think after around 30k, the foam just became something else. I think once you've got 20 miles or so in them, there's just something that happens, and they just become so smooth. They are not as aggressive. I wouldn't call them as fast as the Vaporfly 2s, but they are comfortable across that long distance. I did 35k in them, the video where I end with a park run. They won me over, they really did. And I think where the pace isn't so fast as to require that rocker aggressive push, I think these belong on my feet for that marathon if I'm targeting 316. So that is a casual little rundown of the kit that I'll be wearing on race day. Hopefully there's some insight there. Hopefully, if there's one thing you take from this video and it's nipple tape, then I've done a good job. If you're racing this weekend, let me know in the comments. Best of luck. I hope it's gone well. I hope the taper isn't driving you totally nuts. I've skipped runs. I've gotten ill. I'm going crazy, guys. But I'll be on that race day race line. Can't even think straight. Happy and hopefully healthy and ready to really put myself through the paces in this gear. Nothing for me left to do except say happy running and goodbye. See you at Manchester.